So it's been a while, and I think it's about time we do the Hbada update chair review. Let's go.
225, 225, 225, 25, 25, 225, 225, 225.
All right, so listen, thanks for coming back. All of you who have just visited this channel for the first time, do not get it confused. No, this is not a tech channel. This is a fitness and health channel, but ergonomics has something to do, ergonomics has something to do with fitness and health. You know, we have to be comfortable. We need to carry good posture, whether you're sitting at the computer for long periods of time, you're doing a lot of paperwork, chairs matter. And if your workplace, now I want you all to pay attention to this because I am also OSHA certificated. Okay, so when it comes to the workforce, I know this. If you have an issue in your workplace or your environment, and you are having ergonomic issues, whether it be your posture, back pain, lumbar pain, and it's due to that chair, you have the right to go to your employer and tell them that you're having issues with the chair, whether it be your cubicle, your workspace, the chair space, the chair height, whatever it is, it's not comfortable for you to do long periods of time working in that work environment. And they should then ask you for some type of documentation if they need it, but then they should also go ahead and get you the proper necessary chair for those ergonomics that can keep you comfortable, that will not impact your posture or your lumbar in a negative way. All right, so just go ahead. I've had it several times that I've done or instructed people to do so, and it has turned out successfully. Sometimes employers are not aware of this, and you might need to make them aware of this, and you can cite OSHA. And what I will probably try to do is, if I can find the OSHA statute, I will put it in the description below. But let's get into this chair, okay? And thanking everybody for coming, subscribing, helping build this channel. Let's get into this review, and getting into this review, let's dispel some of the rumors. In the previous video, the assembly video, where I show you how to put together the Hbada chair, we go through the full install, everything. I saw some comments in there where people were throwing shade as to me giving a false review of the chair due to being afforded or gifted the chair by the manufacturer, and this is completely inaccurate. It's false. It's not true. I paid for the chair with my own money. I ordered the chair through Amazon. The manufacturer did not send me the chair, but what I have come to realize is the manufacturer is sending people or customers to my channel and the video to see how to assemble the chair, given the instructions and the details that I gave in the video. It's helped quite a few people. So we do not have a deal. We are not binded in any way. They do not solicit through me. I do not solicit through them. I do not get any benefits or any monetary value from them. The only thing that I get is if you guys like the channel, like the video, share it, and through YouTube I am monetized, and that is it. But Hbada and That Guy Health have no ties. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, my integrity is fully intact, and so is my honesty. And I'm going to tell you about this chair right now, all right? I've had this chair, if you go back to the other video, it's probably been about a year and a half or longer. And if you look in pretty much all of my videos that are done here at this desk, they're in this chair. Now, for some time, I was taking this chair from this workstation to my media workstation where I do all my post editing and audio things. I was carrying this chair back and forth between. I got tired of doing that. I bought a new chair, and I was going to order this one in black. Unfortunately, I was unable to find this chair or the black edition because I believe they've discontinued it, or they stopped making it and they make a newer model of this chair, which not this chair, but an upgraded model, revised model. So it's hard to find this one. Thanks to a few subscribers who had left comments in the old assembly video, they found other chairs that are similar to this, not exactly this, okay? So I don't know, I can't speak for the integrity of those chairs or the durability of those chairs, but they look similar. There are some minor differences, and they are not made by Hbada, okay? Moving on to that. Like I said, plenty of my videos, you can go back, I'm in this chair, so you can see that I use it quite a bit. And like I said, back and forth, but before I bought the Respawn, and I'll do a review on that once I've had that chair for a year, year and a half. You can check out the assembly video on that one as well on this channel. The armrest have lasted. I mean, you would think that they would be worn, and they haven't. And usually I sit in this chair just like this, utilizing armrests, moving about this way, and the armrests have stood up very well. I am very happy about that. Not only that, but the headrest itself has stood up to the time, okay? It is not worn. You can see there in the video, the B-roll here, it's not worn, it's still intact, nothing's frayed, and it's quite still comfortable, right in the right place for me. Keep in mind, I'm 5'10". Anybody a little bit taller, it might be a little bit low on your lumbar, and of course that would depend on the ratio of your torso, okay? So that could be different. So your neckline might be a little bit higher, so that's something you might want to keep in mind before ordering the chair if you do find it. That's where the Respawn will go ahead and pick up where this one kind of leaves off. It's more head space room, giving you a little bit more upper lumbar support. Lower lumbar support to me is fine, although not adjustable. This chair does not have a lower adjustable lumbar where it can feel and deflate to kind of fill in that curvature that you will tend to have in your lower spine. Although I find that the chair, the way it is already manufactured with a nice little bulge in there with the netting, fits me and works just fine. It kind of puts me in a natural posture. Also, that will determine on your torso height. It might not be just where you need it, but the fact that it's netting, it kind of forms a little bit to your lumbar. So that'll help you out. One gripe, and I'm not quite sure I can completely contribute it to the manufacturing process or my daughter. Okay, at this time, my daughter's going on 6, going on 7, and she liked this netting kind of a trampoline feel. So she used to jump in the chair, leaning her shoulder into the netting. And as you see right here in the B-roll, this piece came out. It didn't tear, but it dislodged. Now, I have tried to put that piece in there, and this netting is pretty tight, round around there. And there's a screw that goes in there and kind of sits and attaches to the plastic. I'll call it a rim. And I've tried to get it in there. So my next thing that I'm going to do is get that piece back in there, because I successfully have put it back in place. And I'm going to get a longer screw with the same type of thread pitch and screw that in there and see if I can finally patch that up. But that's the only gripe I have on this chair thus far, having it this long and using it that much. As you can see, the chair still functions as it should with the hand controls. Lumbar section still goes back. It still raises up and down. I haven't had any issues where the piston has leaked to where I sit in it, and during the time that I'm working on something, the chair has dropped in height. That has not happened. Now, over the course of time, where I've seen maybe 3-4 months, I might hit that lever, and it might raise up. I can't even say a 1/4 inch. It's so minimal, it really doesn't matter. Okay. Other than that, the chair is still spinning around just fine. There's no wobble to the chair when I spin around. It doesn't feel like it wants to come off, like that plate has wallowed out. So that has held up just fine. And I can say that it's been under quite a bit of test, because like I said, my daughter likes to jump in this chair. She spins around like it's some type of amusement park ride. It hasn't wallowed out. It's not wobbly. It's still sturdy, still fine. The one thing that I found, not only with this chair, but other chairs like it, is that these armrests tend to get a little loose. It is not, luckily, it's not because the hole has wallowed out in this instant. Some other chairs made of lesser material, that does happen. It doesn't matter how tight you put those screws back in, it's going to wallow, because the actual diameter, ID diameter of that hole in the armrest has wallowed out, and you have to do something to take up that space. But here, as you see, and you know what, let's just go to the video, because I explain it a little bit better as I'm installing it. Now I'm going to run and see, because so far the only thing I've experienced with this chair, and just about any chair, is that usually the armrest pieces tend to get a little loose. Excuse me. This chair has been in use for me since about 2018, 2019, as you see before in the prior video that I've already put a card to, and I'll put another card up above and the link in the description. Let's see how many turns this has been loose over its time of being used. So going to start right here, being our start point. And that's about 3/4 turns. All right, we started here. It's about a quarter, half, 3/4 turns, close to 3/4 turns right there before it tightened up. And this one down here is not loose. So let's test this other side. Matter of fact, let's put this plug back in here. All right, let's go right here. Take our snap on, pop this thing off. Try not to damage it. There we go. and about right here. So we'll call that a start point. Up here is halfway. And that right there, we barely made it a quarter turn on that one before it tightened up. And there it is. We can close that up. Other than that, only thing loose, casters. People were having a little issue with the casters in the installation or the assembly. I didn't really have an issue, as you can go back and check the assembly video, because this is not an assembly video. This is the review telling you all pretty much what has been going on. So seeing how much the bolts had to be tightened up on the armrest, I don't think that's bad at all. Let's continue on. So there, as you saw, about what was it, 3/4 turn, a quarter turn on the other armrest, still tight, still firm, nothing stripped out. Once I reached that point where that screw was flush to that surface, that was it. Now I could have probably put something on there to extend and get a little bit more torque, but at that point, not having torque specs, you run the risk as a client or a customer ruining the chair, and you don't want to do that. Other than that, the chair has been superb at its price point of $149 plus shipping delivered. You really could not beat it. And I understand a lot of people are trying to find this chair. And if you find it, you're going to get a great buy. I think that we had a little mystery when I unveiled the chair the first time in assembling it. It came with a glove, and I thought perhaps one of the assemblers had lost their glove and put it in there, but somebody had mentioned and brought up a very good opinion, because I don't know if we factually found out, but they said it quite frankly was supplied to you for assembly. One glove, I would have preferred two, but if you give you one and nobody gives you any, I guess you can't really complain. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe ride with the fact that maybe they supplied the glove for us to assemble the chair, although I would think that it was supplied two, or I'm going to still run with the fact that they're having fun over there at the manufacturer and tossing a glove in there for our own amusement to say there's a riddle here. Other than that, the Hbada chair is great. I know it took me so long to get to this review, but you have to understand I'm a health and fitness channel, so a lot more people want exercises, fitness tips, fat loss tips, and all of that other stuff before they want to hear about ergonomics. Still, remember, ergonomics is very important to not only your fitness, but your health, okay? So, with that being said, I think this is a wrap. This is an awesome chair. If you can find it, buy it at its price point. Don't spend more than 150 bucks. Don't try to let somebody get you for 200. And you know what I always say about this time. And if you don't, you need to subscribe, click like, and you'll hear it more often. Peace, be safe, and let's build together. Oh, by the way, I still got the tag right here on here. And oh, damn, this tag says 1,326, and I'm pretty sure that's in yen. Is it in yen? Is that yen? Yeah. I hope so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's yen.